how do you create a wow factor on a low budget? Do you have any examples, any success stories or best practices that you'd like to share? Now remember, before you start, give them 90%. They have to buy the other 10% from you, okay?
Okay. I think one of the best ways is really through service. You can't be good service at an event. So if that's your staff, your laborers, the people who are in contact with the guest, if that's someone greeting them at the door, the catering staff, the event host, really presenting great service will really help. And you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that labor anyway. So if you can really either find some employees or some staff or volunteers that really have the ability to, please the guests and want to go above and beyond, then that would really create a wow factor. And that's just in general, whether you're in event planning, the industry, retail, service really matters. Some other ways to create the wow factor is to really show the client, if you present a budget and if they're asking you to scale back, to show them how that really can still create the image and the look and the feel that they're looking to present to their guests or to their organization. So really show up and produce, and really give them an opportunity to see that just because they did not spend the budget that they might have spent last year or 2 years ago, that they still can feel comfortable that they produced a quality event, and that just because they cut back on the finances of it, they still could enjoy and have a good time and put on a good show.
With the wow factor, it's a good point, because the wow factor, or the sparkle and everything else that people see, the client usually isn't going to be the person who that's going to affect the most, but it's going to be the customers. It's going to be the people who are coming to the event. And those people who are coming to the event, who are spending the money to the client, or paying the money to the client to have this event, are going to want to see that wow factor. And they're really not going to care that much how much it costs. They're just going to make sure that their guests are well taken care of. So when it comes to the wow factor, and when it comes to working with limited budgets with that, I think the initial look of a room, the initial look of a place that people are having an event is, and having the staff looking good and being attentive. The service part that Michelle mentioned is probably 90% of our successes. And then the 10% being, the look and the food. You can have great service and okay food, and people say, that was a pretty nice event. Mm-hmm. If you have great food and terrible service, you're going to have a lot of complaints. It doesn't work. So the wow factor is the service, mixed with the quality of food and the appearance, the first impression that everybody gets when they walk in. It's very important.